Laycock would have the hammer based on
Benny just wants to be defensive.
Good evening and welcome to live streaming coverage from the 2013 Cactus Pheasant Classic. My name's Jerry Gertz of curlingzone.com, joined in the booth by Pete Stetsky for Curling After Dark. Welcome, Pete.
Thank you, Jerry. Looking forward to the broadcast tonight, although I am a little bit under the weather.
We've got Steve Laycock from the Redstones taking on Kevin Martin. Laycock with the hammer here in the first end.
Good, we were
Still
flashing
just getting the score streamer set up top. A couple technical difficulties, had to restart the system.
We saw Team Laycock yesterday qualified through the A side. They were very impressive in their win over current world champion Nicholas Adine. We also noticed early on in the game they played quite conservative, but they can more than capable of mixing it up. Not sure if Benny was supposed to go in the rings on that first one or not.
Halfway, come on.
I think he probably just slipped in the rings by mistake because they're looking to throw the guard here. The boys are working hard. Try to get the rock in the right position.
Oh, well, fuck.
Interesting call by Kevin there, ignoring shot stone, even though Laycock does have the hammer. Choosing to throw a center guard, basically announcing that he's going to try to force the situation here.
So the format a little bit different here in Brooks. They play the quarterfinals on
Can't imagine it'll go
Saturday evening. Capitalize on the opportunity for great crowds and the great games on the ice. Semifinals go 10 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow, and then 2 p.m. Mountain Time we've got our championship final here. We'll be updating you from games around the world. We've got events going on in Manitoba, the Liquor and Lotteries Grand Slam event.
Congratulations to A-side qualifiers, Jennifer Jones and Anna Sidorova of Russia.
We've got in Gatineau the Chateau Cartier Challenge.
Team Jacobs, Olympic hopeful, going to be at the pre-trials, battling their way through the sea. We'll update you on that game a little later on. Check out, see who they're playing. We'll get that information to you.
Colton Flash throwing second stones for Team Laycock.
Yep. Really gotta go.
Looks like he might have just roofed this one over the top a little bit here, Jerry. Boys are working hard to hold the line.
Talking to Steve last night, and he really thinks Colton has the opportunity to be one of the great players in the game.
Control.
Pure talent. He's good at pretty much anything he does. He's kind of a natural athlete kind of thing, and he's in amazing shape. He's a construction worker by day, and he doesn't work out at all, but he is built like a truck.
Yeah, I mean, we were in the patch last night. He destroyed John Morris in an arm wrestle, and the talk around town is that he would be the #1 seed in an arm wrestling contest with all the players. We're going to see if we can get something like that going tonight in the patch for charity. I talked to him quite a bit last night, actually, when we were out. Colton's a very, very good golfer. Doesn't get a chance to play quite as much as he wants to, but looks like he's just a very gifted athlete.
Yeah, Steve was telling me that they'll go play a scramble and be a 350-yard hole, and Colton will be like, how far is that? 350. All right, boom. Steve will pick up his ball 100 yards short of the hole and go set it down on the green.
Yeah.
Right off.
Other games tonight we have going on. A European battle as Thomas Olsrud of Norway takes on current world champion Nicholas Adine from Sweden. We also have A-side qualifier and Olympic hopeful Mike McEwen of Winnipeg, Manitoba, and an all-Manitoba battle taking on Rob Fowler of Brandon, who was featured on our telecast last night. And C qualifier, Kevin Cooey, Calgary, Alberta, taking on Sven Michel of Switzerland in our final game. As a backup game tonight, we will be using the Manitoba Battle of McEwen versus Larry Longslider.
Our producer here has got presets set, so we're going to try and jump in and peek in on that game as often as possible. Action Dan Berdusco, SouthernAlberta.com. Been doing a great job running the show all weekend here. That's a beer.
Yep, a little fine there. Not sure who to assess it to.
You ready to play, guys? Center the issue.
I believe that one belonged to Kmart.
So far, the center guard by Kevin hasn't worked out to his liking. He like to get a mistake out of the Laycock team here, maybe a rollout.
Yep. Oh. Yep. Oh. Oh.
Nice control weight there. Leaving the rock for the sweepers, rolling towards the center.
Kirk Myers throws third stones for Team Laycock.
One of the 100 curling Myers in the province of Saskatchewan.
That's what happens when all these brothers then get married and have children.
Yeah, apparently I've successfully avoided that for most of my career.
They could probably
Actually, all of it.
They could probably run a whole bonspiel of Myers now.
They might have to look into doing that. If not, maybe get an event going in Regina or Saskatoon. David Nadowin, brand new third stone on Team Martin. Longtime curler with Randy Furby, four-time Brier champion.
Oh! Ben on the red one. Ben on the red one.
Looks like trouble.
Go! Ah, jeez. Fuck's sakes. Can't make a shot.
I think Kevin's letting the ice get on him a little early here. It's only the first end. That's usually Dave's bread and butter there. You don't see a miss out of him on a touch shot like that very often. That is the one shot in talking to the players. They find it very difficult to put the broom in the right spot. Kevin telling Dave he thought he hit the stick. His weight was perfect.
I guess should have just hit. I just hate to throw it in the house. First end, let's get a guard up there, let's play some curling, but we haven't made a shot this end.
Couldn't have commentated it better ourselves.
Now we're going to let the Bear do a lot of talking tonight. He obviously knows a lot more than what we do, so we'll like to listen into Kevin on the microphone.
Good.
Very veteran move by Ben to turn down wearing the mic tonight.
Good. Take a look. Bit of room. 4-8. 4-8. 4-8.
Double A.
Shot.
That's a great come around there. Great start to this quarterfinal for Team Laycock, now lying 3. Kevin's going to try to help bail the team out here with a double. Talking to Ben last night, we were out fairly late at the
Brooks Hotel?
The Brooks Hotel, and he says the team's really starting to gel, as they proved this morning in their 6-0 victory over Team USA, and then they knocked off Rob Schlender in a C qualifier battle, getting some revenge on Rob for beating them out of the B-side. Trouble here for the Martin rink. Kevin missed that double. They're looking
Wow. Need way more ice than that.
pretty hard to Laycock and split the rings properly. Pretty hard to stop from giving up a three-pointer.
How heavy?
I think for the fans, it'll make for a more interesting game. Kevin can get ultra aggressive when behind. He certainly has the horses to come back, that's for sure.
And the possibility of fireworks.
Yeah, you never know what else is going to happen out there. There's some live personalities.
Yeah, way over half.
Or better, yeah.
3/4 or something.
Certainly not the start they were hoping for, though. Laycock, a very cool customer, as he displayed in drawing the button cold to qualify A-side in his victory over Sweden. Former teammate of Ben Hebert. 2003 World Junior Champion. Hey, possibly let Kevin off the hook a little bit here. That slid far enough. Kevin might be able to capitalize and make a double, limit the damage to this end.
Well, if he makes a double, it means he didn't make the roll. If he makes a double, it means he didn't make the roll.
Looking for some silver lining there.
The kind of thing is, if Steve would have laid 3 perfectly, you would have been, very possible Kevin tries to make that draw around back 4 foot, back 8 foot, and maybe even has a chance to steal the end.
Yeah, I mean,
if you
it
give
would
him
have
the
been
double,
interesting to see what Kevin would have done, yeah.
Close. No. Geez, my first one runs like that. It's perfect.
Yeah, he's pretty frustrated out there right now. Wide open hit here for 3. Please feel free to send in any questions or comments.
Just make shots. That's all.
Normal.
Jerry can be reached on Twitter at CurlingZone. My handle is at XL Purple Sweater. I know the broadcast last night drew quite a bit of coverage, Jerry. There's some fans and some who didn't love it quite as much, which is basically a typical broadcast for us on a Curling After Dark. A lot of controversy caused by Paul Webster, so we asked Paul not to be with us this evening.
We're working on bringing you the best coverage possible, while at the same time trying to up the level of interest in the game as well. A little bit of comedy, a little bit of having some fun on the air, and you know what? This is a guerrilla broadcast kind of style. We can go out and have some fun out here, and we're going to get to listen to boring curling commentary, as many would suggest, all year long, where the standard commentators have a certain set of rules that they must follow, and give Pete a little bit more leeway. And yeah, of course, some days he lets a little bit more out than he should, but he's new to this, and we're working on being the best we can be.
Yeah, I mean, if you're new to the broadcast, trust me, any comments that are made, they're made purely in jest. I did have the opportunity over the years to play against most of these guys. I consider them, most of them, friends, and they know where I'm coming from. So believe me, if they're okay with it, you should be okay with it. We're not looking to offend anybody. Just try to have some fun in the booth so I can earn my wage of $0. That slipped a little too far there, lead stone. Dallin Myers of Team Laycock would have preferred to stay in front of the tee line there. We're going to see Kevin get very aggressive. Try to score at least a 2 to get back into this game. After which you could only really call a disastrous first end.
That's fine. Halfway is good.
Really important, I think, for them to exhibit proper body language and try to be as positive as they can to try to score a 2. They've been frustrated on and off with the ice throughout the weekend, and if they get too far out of this one, then I think they could go away pretty quickly. And then our Twitter follower,
good line,
Leslie Burton, will get her wish of watching Mr. Movember, Mike McEwen, taking on Fowler tonight.
Good. Well done.
Congrats to O2 Ginger on qualifying through the A side. Don, you're one of our favorites here, even though I'm not allowed to ask about the Movember mustache of your new husband, Mike. Didn't know it would cause such outrage, but that can happen. Sometimes things are slightly misinterpreted.
Lots of room. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Don plays with Jennifer. They had a very easy game, it appeared, by the score line, beating Valerie Sweeting 8-0 en route to the Ray qualifier. Anna Sidorova of Russia, 7-2 winner over former champion Amber Holland, former Scotties champion.
Like that. Yep.
Colton throwing the intern hit here, little tuck delivery.
Yep. Whoa. Oh.
Nice shot there.
Sure looks like Team Laycock has come out here to play. Really taking it to Martin early.
Yeah, quite often you can see teams that qualify through the C-side have a ton of momentum because they've been on that ice and playing and sharp. And sometimes the A-side qualifiers can come out and get off to a slow start because they haven't played in a day or day and a half. But that's clearly not the case here as Laycocks come firing out of the gates. They did enjoy the traditional trip to Patricia's Hotel and Restaurant last night, where you have the opportunity to select and cook your own beef.
Lock it on. Line's good. Line's good.
Tradition here at the Brooks Bonspiel for the A qualifiers. Just one of the many perks here for the players. Just a first-class event here.
Good shot.
World class. Great job done by Lawrence and his crew. Nice little come around there by Mark's going to force Steve to go up and peel his guard.
Oh!
Got to give a shout out to @Rita for a magnificent carve today on Twitter at Garden Hose. Well done there, Reader.
Good shot.
Probably have to come out this way.
Huh? Yep. On the outer edge of the broom if any, but it was straight at me.
Just got a great tweet. Thanks for your input there, Judy. We're going to look into that problem. Sounds like there might be a little bit of an audio problem here. We're going to try to correct.
Action Dan is on the job. Trying to work it out.
Just over. Fine.
If you could, Judy, let us know if you feel the problem is continuing or if it's been corrected. We appreciate your feedback. Thank you very much.
One other thing, possibly check your own computer.
How do you want to proceed?
If you've got it
Freeze
open
backwards?
twice, it's very possible
like
it's playing the sound twice and the echo will be slightly off. It could be slightly off there. So check the other browser windows.
A tweet here from Team Johnson at Game of Stones. They are turning into the broadcast tonight, live from the Sarnia.
So that means they must have won their B qualifier game at the Huron Repro Graphics Oil Heritage Classic.
Congratulations, those are a great bunch of guys. Must be a pretty soft field if they could get through the B, though. David Nedwin now in the hack, ready to throw for Team Martin. As David says he's starting to adjust to his role as third. It's been a long time since he hasn't thrown skip rocks.
Line's good. Whoa. Whoa.
Get a good close-up look here at two of the best in the business, probably the two best brushers of all time, Mark Kennedy and Benny Heaps.
Whoa. Yep, that's good. Good. Great shot, Dave.
Well judged shot.
Terrific.
Good shot there by Dave.
Perfect angle.
Martin's starting to create a little bit of something here. He's in good shape to probably score two. See if
Probably
we can
can't
listen
stick
into
both of them, eh?
any of
You're
Steve's
probably getting
thoughts.
one of them for sure. Out.
I think they're looking at potentially driving the stone back into the frozen stones back there, Jerry. See if they can maybe spill out both yellows.
Yep.
Kirk Myers, third stone for Team Laycock.
Oh!
Not throwing the high hard one, just a good solid firm. Just missed that over the top. He'll be happy with that shot. Good result, removing the yellow. Kevin's now in a pretty good position to score his 2, but there's still 3 rocks to come.
Board. Whoa. Whoa, guys. Whoa, guys.
Wow, this is really hanging.
It's close to jamming. Why'd we pound this?
Not much going right so far for Team Martin.
Huh?
Rock appeared to be a little bit overswept. Probably
I don't
just
know
some miscommunication
why we
out
hit
there.
it. Like,
That rock will be.
I didn't say anything. No, I didn't say anything. That would be the point.
What else do you think?
There's no curl out here tonight.
One saving grace is those 2 red stones in the back 12 can be used by Kevin to freeze to, and it would make his rock very difficult to be removed.
Normal?
Hey, your theory is really good. We just really pounded it. That's all. Like it was.
Jerry, we got a question here on Twitter from @BWD Curling. We've been talking about the Men of Curling calendar. Do we have any idea why former U.S. champion Heath McCormick, U.S. Olympic hopeful, was not chosen?
Yeah, I just don't want to jam it.
I've heard he likes to take his clothes off, so it would be a perfect setting for him.
And the beauty of it, if he was chosen, you don't even need to necessarily hire a photographer. He's very well known for taking pictures of himself in the mirror. Could have used one of those shots. I believe I still have one where he did a self-nudie in a full-length mirror over in Bern, Switzerland.
Oh, see if we can score.
At 6 a.m.
Yep.
After getting shut down by Doherty Nordberg.
Pretty well-known story about Heater is in the Heart to Heart, I believe, the House of Hearts in Duluth, where he had a shot for an 8-ender, delivered his stone, turned around to the gallery upstairs, peeled his shirt off before the rocket even hit.
I believe he might have even thrown the rock with his shirt off. Guy's a real freak in a good way.
Right on the D.
We saw one of Heath's people he's going to have to get
That's
through
real tough to get there.
in that U.S. Olympic trials, which is going to start in 2 weeks in Fargo, North Dakota.
Maybe, but
Team Clark.
probably not.
Brady
I think that's
Brady, yeah.
made a ton of shots today and actually had a really unfortunate. He was trying to double run back with 15, 20 feet of separation. Missed it by less than, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. And then instead of scoring 2, he gave up a steal of 3, which was the turning point. So even though it looks like slightly hungover Ben Hebert, they mopped up on Clark, it was actually a much closer game than what the scoreboard would indicate.
Fullback 8.
Kevin looking to position his stone in front of those 2 red rocks that we mentioned, using them as a wall.
Good.
Still going to need maybe a half shot miss at a Laycock to have an opportunity to score a deuce.
Hard, guys, hard. Hard, line's perfect. Line's perfect. Go, go, go. Hard, guys, go.
Just light.
Could be a little careful.
A little heavier spot, I guess.
Actually, if we kill that, we're probably fine.
Good awareness there by Steve.
Yep.
Paying attention to what he has to do with his shooter here. Make sure that if he disturbs one of his stones on the wing, he'll still be in a position to force Kevin to one.
Yep.
Instead of just rushing down there and whipping the rock. Taking the time to throw this rock.
Yep.
Probably caused him a little more stress than what he was hoping for, but the end result could be a potential quadruple takeout here.
I don't think it's there.
Well, I can try it because I can roll right into. It's about a half rock. It's close.
I don't think he gets the 7. He gets too much of a 3.
I don't think I can sneak through here.
Just overheard.
Being a little over half, so at least I can definitely stick it.
Yeah, right there.
Steve doesn't feel it's there. We overheard him on his on the mic. He's
Just worry about the back double across the top. And then whatever happens there.
Kevin and Dave feel there's very little risk in playing this shot. Even if they don't kill all 4 stones, they feel the catchers on the side here
It's
will
close.
allow them to score 1. I'd like to see a real solid attempt at this just to see if it is there.
7
Dave.
would be the tough
Dave.
one.
Looks like a lot of ice to me. Yeah, he's just tightened up the ice.
Yeah, thick half. Close. Oh! Hard!
Yeah, great try by Kevin. He did kill 3 of them. But in the end, he was forced to 1. Good end by Laycock there.
He could have hit that probably an inch less, and then the question would have been, would that ricochet backwards again and move the other redstone far enough?
Yeah, I mean, it nutted right on there pretty hard, so it's difficult to say. Great start for Steve and his team, and you'll see 2 center guards here out of Kevin as he'll use everything he has to try to steal 1 or more and get back into this game.
Let's check the scoreboard for the other sheets. We've got Cooey and Sven McCall blank in the first end. McEwen, Fowler, they also blank the first end. Our game. And Norway and Adine. Bullsroad with 1 in the first end.
Got room? Got room? Okay, line's good.
First rock here for Ben.
Yep.
Ben looking to get this rock as tight to the rings as possible so he can make enough room for a second center guard and have enough separation to not set up an easy double peel.
Great start in this game for this Laycock team. Open with a 3, force a single.
Oh! Yep!
Looks like they're playing the tick shot here.
Beautiful.
That's perfect execution there.
And if they can keep that stone in the rings,
even better.
and it does outcount the yellow stone up high as well.
Great shot there for Dallin Myers.
I'm waiting for the day a men's team will choose to start utilizing that shot like Rachel Holman did.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Rachel Holman last year, even in tie games and early in games, if she had the hammer, she chose to play the tick shot quite a bit to keep the 4-foot path open. Worked like a charm. Lisa Weigel, arguably the best player at the Scotties all week. I believe she did win the MVP of the final game despite face planting, wiping out and burning 3 or 4 stones at the same time.
I think that was 1 stone, but it was a pretty epic burn.
I was drinking a lot. It looked like 3 or 4.
She managed to make the stone leave the ice and wobble into the rings.
I'd like to give a little shout out to the aforementioned Heath McCormick, now following the broadcast. Welcome, Heath.
Really gotta go.
Yeah, the thing about the week that Lisa Weigel had, she made something like 70 or 80 tick shots through the duration of the event. Yet, because of the way the All-Star Awards are handed out at the Scotties, they go straight to the shooting percentages, and that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty weak.
So, she was by far the best lead in the event, but her stats wouldn't necessarily indicate it because she misses 1 or 2 of those in a game, and her percentages go down.
Yeah, there's got to be a better way to look at that, but I do want you to be slightly careful not to offend one of our favorite viewers, Don McHugh and Addo to Ginger. I wouldn't go as far as to say she was easily the best leader.
Yeah, that's true.
God bless you, Don. Always looking out for you.
It's sort of that question with Dawn is that she always plays at that high standard that you sort of forget about it.
Oh, well swept.
Yeah, Don's a great player, great sweeper. Good teammates. Pretty decent wife from what Mike says. Although he's new to being married, so I don't know what he's comparing it to. Looking for the run back here, or maybe just a straight peel. Got to be careful you don't get too greedy on these and go jam.
Really gotta go.
Oh,
A lot of action there. Pretty good shot by Colton. Did leave a center guard though, but it is his color now. Kevin wasting no time playing the
It'll never curl that way, I don't think.
out turn come around here. Not crazy about the in turn option there. Have a tweet from a fan. They'd like to know how the Jacobs team, if they're still alive in Gatineau. Can we get an update on that?
Clean. Okay, clean.
Waiting for the evening draw to start in Gatineau. We've got the C qualifiers about to go on.
Good shooting.
And it is a rematch for Jacobs tonight. He'll have to defeat Mark Laycock of New Brunswick to try and reach the playoffs.
I believe, that's the second time that Jacobs will take on Laycock in the Bonspiel. Another great shot. These guys have really come out firing tonight. Got to be a little bit frustrating for Team Martin.
And this time,
stay here. Hey.
This time, Laycock rolls to a corner guard with that center guard. As well.
Yeah, no danger really of a steal now. Kevin looking at giving up the end, hoping to start over next end with a probably happy just to get out of here with a blank right now, I guess. Asking third David just to play hit and stay in the back 12 foot.
Hart, looking good. Hart, good.
Nice agility shown there by Mark Kennedy.
Nice shot, Dave.
Idling along the sideboards without wiping out and continuing to sweep that stone. Something I tried to do once in Victoria, and it did not work out as effectively as I fell on my face short of the first hog line. Simple shot here for third stone. Kirk Myers.
Clean. Whoa. Clean. Whoa.
Got a chance to talk to John Morris last night. They've been eliminated from the Bonspiel. Pretty frustrated with the performance they had this weekend, but he said all in all they're off to a pretty decent start and hoping to get in a lot of practice with Coach Paul Webster and figure some things out before they go off to the pre-trials in KW. As everyone knows, John, former member, celebrated member of Team Martin, 2010 Olympic gold medalist, chose to go off on his own this year, ending the run of arguably the greatest team in curling history. Wondering if Mr. Viewer is tuning in tonight. If he is, please contact us. We always love your insight behind the scenes.
Good.
Viewer, Mr. Viewer.
Yeah, control. A little less. That's good, Ice. That's good.
Pretty routine end happening right now after those two great doubles by Colton cleaned things up.
Clean. Close, yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Dave. Hard. Go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go.
Good shot there by Kevin. Made the long roll. Well swept by David Nedowin in the house. Looks like he's got most of that rock buried. Steve just checking with his front end at the other end to see how much he can see.
Buried.
Yep.
Looks like Steve's going to take on this shot with hack the board weight, try to eliminate the Yellowstone. These shots have been quite tricky throughout the weekend. Similar shot like this is what got Team Martin in trouble in the first, as David Nedowin threw what appeared to be a pretty perfect stone, and the result was basically a tick flash, which helped set up a 3-ender. Team Johnson fessing up that the not only is the field just a little soft, but they had the benefit of Ian Parker making the draw for them, so basically a hand-picked situation for them to qualify through the B-side.
Must knows why, I guess.
Yep. Oh. 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 Oh.
Yeah, Dave.
Oh.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, Dave. I don't think he has much of it.
Yeah, this is what we've seen time in, time out on that shot. I mean, it's pretty easy for us to sit back here and talk about it. Very hard out there, because what the curlers are finding, if they take that just little bit of less ice and it does catch a curl, you look like a fool and wreck on half the guard, and they're just having trouble getting enough finish.
Only other shot with a run back.
At most.
So this end's turned around nicely for Kevin. At worst, he's going to come out of here with a force.
Look at a blank. Look at a blank.
We can bite the 4-foot, but that's...
Nice comment there by Steve. He thinks if Kevin puts this rock in the right spot,
we bite the 4-foot,
he might take on a slash double and try to make a blank. Keep the hammer.
I'm trying to get right on the center line.
I would say unless the double's pretty easy, if he has any shot for one, he's probably best to play that and keep the momentum going in this game.
Yeah, you really don't want to give up a steal in this spot.
No, absolutely not, especially the way this end played out.
Is the hair heavy? No, line's fine.
Speaking of the U.S. trials, Jerry, Team Fenson, Team Schuster have already qualified in their Bonspiel.
playing in Bemidji this weekend.
Also like to give a shout out to Olympic hopeful, the George rink. I hear you're big fans of the broadcast.
Shit, did overcurl a bit, eh?
Another $50 fine being assessed, and a multiple fences by Kevin. We might have to jack it up to 100. I know he's got the money. He'll just get Uncle Ben to write the check for him.
Blank. Worst case scenario, we're 1 up and have hammer in the home end, right?
Need more ice, not less.
Gutsy call here by Steve.
Well,
I think half is good.
I mean, it's his choice.
Hair under even.
If he feels comfortable throwing it, I don't know that.
To be honest, I like this call just for the sake that
I'm not gonna
if he
throw it.
throws the draw here,
You know what I mean? Like
he's really only got 2 options: get his
but I
point
mean,
or give up a
it's
steal
one
of
up,
2.
yeah.
At least in this
You get the
spot,
right
if he misses,
So they steal a one.
it's
you're not
only
gonna
a
throw it
steal of
like
1.
that.
Yeah, we talked earlier in my career in the real world's numbers, so I can figure out that steal of 1 is probably better than steal of 2. Don't need a calculator for that.
Too narrow.
Unlike some of the sandwich orders we've had this weekend.
Do that awfully good.
Yep!
Last rock of the third end here for Skip Steve Laycock, trying to make the double peel.
Come on.
Dead jam, really nice attempt there. Sort of got caught in between on which way to make the double. Should lift the spirits of Team Martin. They're only trailing by 1 now. 3-2 after 4 ends. Laycock leading Martin with the hammer.
Let's send a thank you out to all our sponsors here at the Cactus Pheasant Classic. We've got our platinum sponsor, Heritage Inn Hotel and Convention Center, where we're all staying there, and it's been a great host for us here in Brooks.
A little longer?
Cactus Communications, Brooks Home Furnishings,
We'll see. First one fairly
and
long
the
would be
City
nice.
of Brooks.
Yeah. Nice and long. Nice and long. Line's perfect. Oh. We'll split the center line, Marcus.
We've also got a whole host of great silver sponsors here: ATB, Aztec Security, Badger Daylighting, BRK Rentals, Cactus AVU, Evergreen Implements, Latigo Trucking, Logan Industries, North End Liquor, Orion LLP, Q107, 105.7 The One, Rosano Trucking, Smith Trucking, Tim Hortons, and UFA.
Halfway, Benny. Right here. Line's really good.
Laycock throwing the tick shot again here in the 4th end. Lead Dallin Myers makes another very good one. Looks like they're looking for another tick shot here.
Good.
Had a little mention there from
A little bit tight.
Don at home. We will. The
Little bit tight.
McEwen Fowler game is our backup game tonight, and we will be
Run the guard.
periodically checking in on that game. Not as easy to say as it is to think. We have Action Dan on top of it. He set up the cameras on that sheet, which is being played on the adjacent. This is just getting butchered tonight. I think it's time just to suck it up and hit the Budweiser, boys. A little flustered anytime I talk about Don. So, yeah, we will try to get over there, Don. I'm not going to try to say adjacent again.
Well, you just did, and you nailed it.
Nailed it.
Line might be a touch tight.
Many of you found out this weekend English is only one of the 4 languages that I speak.
Line's pretty tight.
Although I speak none of them fluently.
Yep.
I can't do that section.
Hard. Whoa. Well swept. That's a good shot.
If you need to hire an assistant to do it.
Lawrence has briefly joined us in the booth here. A little shout out to Lawrence. Lawrence is the guy who makes everything happen here in Brooks. Wears about 17 or 18 different hats for the Bonspiel. Welcome, Lawrence. How you doing tonight, sir?
Doing good, Peter. How are you doing, sir?
Not too bad, not too bad. Give a little insight into the viewers how this event started. It's partially your brainchild, maybe completely. Can you let us know?
It isn't my brainchild. It started with Pete Falkenberg, who was the president of Cactus Communications. He wanted to do something to improve curling in Brooks, get more people out curling. So we had the brainchild of doing a $70,000 World Curling Tour event. We had Kevin Martin come down, see what we needed to do, and 7 years later, we're running strong.
Yeah, 7 years later, still probably the best Bonspiel on the World Curling Tour, according to all the players. You do a top-notch job. Little extras. You throw in the
hard.
You've got the players' lounge. You have the hospitality.
Hard.
Live bands.
Clean. You're ready.
How many hours of sleep do you feel you've got in the last 5 days?
Real good.
Under 5, maybe.
Under 5. Yeah, I had maybe 2.5 myself last night. I wasn't out doing anything like you think. I was more or less just studying for today's broadcast, as you know.
Got to show them that side.
We work hard on it, for sure.
We do try our best. Well, thanks for joining. You do a great job. I know all the players appreciate it, and you probably don't get nearly enough credit, but this is a first-class event, and I really thank you for having me out here to be a part of it, sir.
Glad to have you, Peter, there.
Oh, ready? Yep. Whoa.
Yeah, I'd just like to echo your words there. Pete Lawrence does a bang-up job at this event. Works really hard to pull it all together, and the players absolutely love coming here.
Oh, good.
Just to repeat, the McEwen game is on the sheet adjacent to the Martin game. How's that, Dom? Is that better? I'm like a puppet. You just send anything in here, and I'll do what you say for the most part.
Yep.
How's our end going here? We got to get back to the game. I can get easily distracted.
Okay, whoa. Off. Yeah, it's too
On to
much
third stones, David Nedwin.
Oh.
Big shot here for Dave is Reds line 2.
Yeah, just through the house.
Looks like he's going to bounce off.
Okay.
Pretty average result there. They were hoping to get a little more curl. Did just bump that rock far enough that it's in the hole of that port there.
Yeah.
We got a comment here on the YouTube comment section from Tony Slicer 33. He says, it's funny how the two commentators are talking about fines. Welcome to competitive sports. If people don't like it, don't watch it.
That's a great comment there. I do echo that.
We totally agree. The fines are only for our benefit, to keep our beer fund flowing.
Excellent comment there. Yep. Gary's right. We don't encourage it, but these are competitive athletes in the heat of the moment. But we're broke broadcasters that have an alcohol dependency problem.
Good.
What are you going to do?
Albin Barcaeus, from Sweden. His question is, what is Nedouin's previous experience? I think he's a younger guy out of Sweden. He was one of the stats crew that was helping out, or on the stats crew from the Swedish Junior Academy, helping out during the European Championships last year. So
basically, in a nutshell, Dave Nedouin started his men's curling career playing for curling legend and builder, should be in the Hall of Fame for building the game of curling, Arnold Asham. And then Dave moved on and played second stone for one of the less liked people in curling, Dale Duguid. James Kirkness, a great player, again was in this aforementioned 1991 Canadian Junior, was on that team throwing third stones. And then Dave moved out to Alberta, hooked up with Randy Furby, and their lead, who now coaches Team China,
Marcel Rock,
and their original second was actually Carter Rycroft. Carter got picked off that team by Kevin Martin, went on to a lot of success there, but David and Furby picked up Scott Pfeiffer, who was Mark Kennedy before Mark Kennedy, and they went on to win the Brier in, I believe, 2001, 2002, 2003, and 2005. So in a nutshell, that's what Dave's done. He's also won Skins Game, he's won Grand Slams, Players Championship, one of the greatest players of all time in the game, and certainly in the last 15 years.
I'm sure Albin has heard of Randy Furby, but that's sort of what happens to a player like Nedouin. He kind of gets lost in the shadow of Furby.
Yeah, that's not the hardest thing to do, though, getting lost in Randy's shadow. But that being said, we were talking about that. Probably one of the good points we made on the broadcast, although others might disagree, but the fourth thrower quite often does not get nearly enough credit. Most of the credit goes to the skip. That's all we hear about is the skip. So in their situation, Randy Furby called the game and threw third stones.
Pretty tough.
David was fourth thrower, and probably will go down as one of the more unnoticed players in curling history as a four-time Brier champion, that's for sure. Great question, though. Just joking, by the way, Ferb. Don't need any outcry on Twitter. Furby's a very good friend of mine. I've lost to Randy on many occasions, including the final in Bern, Switzerland, where we played him in the final in 8 ends. George Carey's got 7 out of his 16 lead rocks in play.
That would be.
What is that, the 51st greatest lead in the world?
50 were playing at the time, maybe. Georgie, it's probably a little too late for you to be joining the broadcast tonight. I know you like to get your sleep. Back to the game here. Intern draw through the hole for Redstones, Team Laycock. Currently leading Kevin Martin 3-2. You're going to choose to ignore this rock at Kevin's. It's just fully into the 8-foot. Stone's in a real good spot for Kevin to use, but there's really not too much that Steve could do with it that would benefit him.
Got a curl! Got a curl! Whoa! Okay, you're good. You're good. Right here only, Dylan. Take a look.
Still on third stones
Get
here.
a shot. Get
Jumping
shot.
a little
Get
bit
shot.
ahead.
Get shot. Gotta get shot. Gotta get shot.
Would have liked to have that one probably a couple feet further, at least one full rock.
Yeah, 6 inches to a foot further, and Kevin isn't able to tap it to the button.
We got shot rock.
Got a tweet here from Anderson Shiz calling us out on the alcohol dependence problem. We're only joking. Actually have a bit of a head cold tonight.
Should be good ice, I think.
Not sure what's going on,
Came
but
down quick,
we've
eh?
been behaving ourselves the
quick.
entire day today in order to, that's just me cracking a V8. To the backlash last night, we're trying to clean things up a little bit. Like we said, we felt the best step was to get rid of Paul. Big shot here for Kevin. Not a whole lot of margin for error. Hoping to tap his stone up. He's got to be careful where he leaves his shooter.
Go ahead. Line's good.
Boys think he needs it.
Hard. Hard, line's great. Hard, keep the angle, keep the angle. Hard, hard, hard. Hard, get on, Dave. Go, 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 go.
I wonder if the guys ever get frustrated with Kevin just yelling in their ear like this when they're clearly already working as hard as they possibly can. At what point in time does Ben just pick up his broom, look at him, and tell him to shut up?
It's one of those things. It's just a motivation thing, and probably makes Kevin feel better to just keep yelling too.
Yeah. Bear knows I'm joking around there. We're going to have to clarify all these things. My lawyer told me tonight, just in case there's any lawsuits pending.
Your lawyer is always on retainer, making a list of possible objectionable statements.
Yeah, we will not be referring to any of the outcomes of the Chinese ladies curling team tonight. That four-letter word is a no-no.
Bump it in again.
Steven's going to choose to open things up here, peel the center guard. Great shot there by Kevin, really well swept by the boys. Benny not in as good a shape as I thought he was as he's taking a little breather on the bench. Sucking some air there, Benny. Or maybe he just has a better view from there, that's what he'd tell us.
Or bump it 2 feet.
A little weird what he's doing with his broom there. I think that's wishful thinking.
So there's a pocket.
Steven's opting to open things up here.
That's what I'm worried about.
Not sure if he ever goes by Steven. That's we're a little more formal here from time to time on Curling After Dark. This will be an interesting discussion. We'll listen in.
Nose?
There isn't anywhere for it.
Yeah, or well.
You nosed it.
You should either have one waiter for 2 or slashing for 2.
So we don't sit two like that. But if you nosed it,
What's that?
You could play the double, please.
well, is that
I know.
the only thing we can't really do is sit right here.
Yeah, we're going to head over at the end of this end to check out the All-Manitoba battle.
Blast it.
All these games tonight, quarterfinals, teams hoping to advance to tomorrow's semis. Interesting side note, there was a blind Calcutta here where teams threw in, or teams and individuals threw in money, purchased an envelope, and in that envelope there was a team, and that team would be the one that you own, and there's been a prize pool that's been developed, and Team Cooey actually owns Team McEwen in the Calcutta, so not only will Kevin be trying to win this Bonspiel, but he'll be cheering very hard for what would normally be a heated rival in Mike McEwen, and he hopes to meet and beat Mike in the final so he can have an optimum payday.
I think we only have a shot for 2 anyway. That one rock's going to count these 2.
Hard line.
Oh, wait, the shooter. Yeah,
Kevin's putting the boys back to work here
Hard
again.
Line's really good. Hard. Hard. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard is looking good. Looking good. Hard. 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 Hard.
Hard to say whether that's the outcome he was hoping for. It looks like there could be an intern slash here.
So just some feedback here from Frozen Golfer on Twitter. That's Jamie King. He says the original front end for Ferb and Nedwin was Aaron Skillen and Pat McCallum.
Wow. One of those two being a very good player, the other one being Pat.
Control.
Just jug. Pat is a longtime curler out of Alberta. I believe he's moved to Manitoba now. Had some famous wins and losses curling with the Park brothers. Great individual of curling. Thanks for the input. Jamie's a great player. He will be with Team Cooey at the Olympic trials in hopes of winning their spot over to the Russian Olympics.
That's not right.
He was also, I believe, with the team in 2010 when they won the World Championships in the Brier. I believe he was their 5th player as well, and he now plays with
We gotta hope
Scott Pfeiffer and with Blake McDonald. Thanks for the info there, Jamie.
Last stone of the 4th end.
Oh! Ready? Ready? Oh! Oh! Gotta be off! Gotta be off! Gotta be off!
Laycock with a short little run back for 1, maybe 2.
Oh,
He was hoping to move the other yellow one just a little bit.
Might be 2 anyway. It's hard to tell from here.
I can't believe that curled more than my first.
Yeah, the more. There we go.
Curled more.
Good end.
I have a bit of a cutter, that stone. It over curled last end, too.
I'm thinking it's 2.
I was going to ask for more broom.
But it's
Figured I'd be throwing
no
out.
guarantee our camera is directly over the pinhole, though, so that does affect the view slightly.
On a side bet, a V8. Guess there's nothing really we can learn here. This would be a good opportunity to go over and check out.
Nice
Team
rotating camera
McEwen.
work there by Action Dan.
Action Dan is the man. Keeps us in line here up in the booth. Didn't do a very good job of it last night, mind you.
So they are going to measure, and we'll come back to that as soon as we find out who is shot. Action Dan's trying to find the house end of McEwen and Fowler.
Good job there.
Pan up just a little bit so we can check out the scoreboard as well.
Wow, very happy now, Don. Your hubby's up 3-1, playing the 5th end against Rob in this all Manitoba quarterfinal.
Looks like McEwen is setting up another great end here. Couple tight guards, one on the back of the 4, and going to try and hit and roll underneath.
These guys are arguably the best cash spiel team in the world. It's been well documented how they have not yet broke through and won Manitoba and got to a Brier. I'd like to think it's only a matter of time. You cannot have the amount of success that these guys have had and not get through to that next level. They're actually hoping they're not even eligible for Manitoba playdowns this year, because that will mean they were successful in their bid to represent Canada in the Olympics.
Nice hit and roll, maybe just a little bit too far.
Couple husband and wife opportunities for the Olympics this year, Jerry. You've got both the Madas playing. My parents are in the men's and the women's trials already, as Sherry skips her own team and Wayne plays 3rd for Wayne Madas. Obviously, you have the McAskins. Who else do we have? Anybody else? Putting you on the spot here.
I'm trying to figure out who scored how many there. I'm not sure we heard the score, so we'll update that as soon as we know. Laycock did throw the first stone. It's already in play. Benny Hebert looking for the corner guard here now.
I thought we were going to finish up that last stone over there, but I get lost quite often. It's up to you boys. I don't really care. I'll just keep chatting away. Yeah, I just got that tweet from Jamie. You do have to show Patty Mack the love. Anderson's going to join us in a V8. And we're now being followed by Wendy. Really don't blame you, Wendy, for not giving us your last name. Safety first. Looks like it was 2 for Laycock, so extra points huge there. Kevin had started to battle back, be a little unhappy with that deuce. He's going to have to try to score one of his own here to get back into this game.
Room. That's going to help. How about a guard? You're whoa, off. Okay, sure.
Kev almost gave up on this one. Looks to be a pretty good shot here by Benny.
Okay.
Probably got a little more finish than what they're expecting. Still going to be accessible for Laycock to make a play on.
Board.
Question of the day so far we've been asking for your thoughts of our viewers on who you feel will represent Canada, who will be the winner of the men's and the ladies Olympic trials. Please tweet in your answers to @CurlingZone or @XL Purple Sweater.
Good.
The women's, most of the votes have come in so far for Rachel Holman and Jennifer Jones, but the men's, there's been 6 different teams mentioned so far. Left-hander Mark Kennedy playing his out turn. A little soft tap here.
Whoa. Close. Whoa. Dave. Hard.
Pretty good shot there by Mark. Nice weight control. Would have liked it to be maybe a pound lighter to keep that back red one in play. Nice end setting up here for Kevin, though. He does have a corner guard, and he's lying one buried. Steve's 3 up. He's going to choose to chase this one, maybe, as opposed to peeling the guard, because he feels if he does, Kevin will just use that corner guard anyway. Sort of a situation that the end's already developed to the point that you're into it.
Got some updates from the C qualifiers in Gatineau. 4 games going on for the final 4 playoff spots there. Menard, Gushu, Rayala, and Cochrane all qualified so far. Rob Rumfelt and Jamie Murphy tied at 2. Michael Fournier and Mark Keane. Fournier up 4-2. Mark Laycock, Brad Jacobs about to start. Laycock with the hammer to start. And Wayne Tuck taking on Brian Lewis. Lewis will have the hammer in that game to start.
Good throw.
Be interested to see if Jacobs, they basically qualified through the A side. I think every Bonspiel they've played this year for the most part, but
Going straighter now, too.
it'd be interesting to see if they'll be able to take on Laycock and be successful a second time in this spiel. I know they did beat him earlier in the Bonspiel.
Whoa.
They're on a real hot streak heading into the pre-trials. You would guess that a team that won the Brier last year would have qualified directly into the trials, but John Epping narrowly outpointed them.
Hard.
When you look at Jacobs' start this year, it's very reminiscent of what Gushu did in 2009. Came out firing. I think Gushu went something like 27-1 to start the season, and headed to the pre-trials as a strong favorite to qualify, and missed out.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's very hard to maintain that level for a long time. I know going back to 1998, Wayne Middaugh was the best team in the world at that time. They came out, started that year flat, and it continued throughout the trials. And Jeff Stoughton had won just about everything going into that trials, went in as a favorite, and he missed the playoffs as well. And it's just at that level, the difference between winning and losing, there's very little margin. It's very hard to keep peaking for that length of time. So
How heavy?
I never had to worry about it. I never really had a peak in my curling career.
Got to curl.
Had a lot of lows, though.
Got to curl. Got to curl. It's not rock heavy again. Good.
Thank you very much, Jill Officer.
Just lie tight. Sit right in front of it.
I was looking for married couples, and we forgot about the Netawins. Shows you the value of my research assistant here, Jerry Gertz. I mean, it's right in front of us with David on the ice. And although they're not married, they're a very celebrated couple in curling. Two of my dearest friends, Jennifer Jones and Brent Lang.
Matt Worthman on the YouTube chat also chipped in with that option as well. And I don't think I heard your question. That's probably why.
Well, maybe you should put down your Caesar, Jerry, and get into this broadcast.
Well, off, guys.
So we've got a question here from Caleb Flaxey.
Here it comes.
He's like, who would win in an east-west battle between Laycock and Laycock?
All it has to do is just kick it out.
Yeah, you know what? It's probably something that I don't want to touch, but I'd have to go with Steve. Steve has been to many Briars. Steve in front of us tonight, out on the ice.
As has Mark.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that.
Mark was a long time third, I believe, for third and or second for Russ
I guess if you ever
Howard.
got to here, we wouldn't like it for him.
Yeah, I think he played front end for Russ. I
I
mean, Russ at that point in time, he had Wayne Talon at one point in time. He had Jimmy the Kid. I would still have to go with Laycock. He's got the much bigger resume.
A little bit of separation on those two back red ones.
Former world junior champion.
Yeah, it's got to be careful you don't end up
He's made the playoffs in the Brier.
I'd rather you end up here than that.
More recently, I would say that Laycock's career is starting to go a little limp. I would have to go with Steven. But this is something we're supposed to steer clear of tonight. So quit baiting me. We'll get back to the game.
It is curling after dark there, Pete. We'll give you a little bit more leeway.
Very good question, though.
And Sarah Neufeld is, anytime we can show McEwen update their game, that would be great.
Yeah, I think if this game continues to go the way it is, we'll check in way more frequently with Mike's game.
No.
Active listener at 72 CHBW feels he's going to go cheer on Jake Higgs at the pre-trials, but he feels the trial winners will be Homan over Jones and McEwen over Stoughton.
That wouldn't have been bad. It was needed more room.
We'll be cheering hard for Jake Higgs as well at the trials. Great individual. Hopefully he's tuned in tonight. We will not make any Burger King or Taco Bell references, but Jake, I know you're in Sarnia right now. You should maybe head over to John's restaurant for breakfast tomorrow. It's a beaut.
Ryan Parker with a text. He's looking for a shout-out. My advice to Ryan Parker, the media communications guy, is not to write me a whole novel if you want a shout-out. Some points would be nice.
Rue, line's good.
They're curling in Sarnia. He's a member of the Game of Stones.
Line's perfect.
And Heater, Higgs, Squires, and Johnson qualified. C qualifiers on the ice now. Ice conditions have been great in Sarnia. Ice maker Don Bork doing a great job there.
Yeah, I grew up in Sarnia, and Don Bork has been a long-time ice maker, former Brier participant. Don is a great guy. He makes great ice, and he's a world-class individual, just a top-notch nice guy. It's good to see that some of those exist in Sarnia. I've never been accused of any of those things.
But aren't you from Forest?
No, I did curl out of Forest one year, but I'm actually from Brights Grove, Ontario. Probably the fourth best golfer out of Brights Grove all time, behind Mike Weir and the Hill brothers. Wouldn't mind playing Mike heads up right now unless he's listening, then I'm only kidding.
Even with a bum shoulder, you probably don't stand a chance.
Dude, he could beat me right-handed.
Darn it. He makes a good one here.
Yep.
We're in big trouble.
On the golf course.
The red one. He makes it perfect.
Interesting end here that we've successfully ignored for the most part.
Hair tight.
Slurred my S's a little bit there.
Whoa, back in. Whoa.
Oh.
Quick little update from the Burnix Miller Lite Open in Bemidji, Minnesota, another World Curling Tour event.
Ready?
Matt Stevens and Todd Burr tied at 4 in an extra end. And Richard Montaigne, Jeff Curry tied at 7 playing an extra end.
Great shot there by Steve. Really nice.
Damn.
Very impressed with him. Nothing phases this guy. Just gets in the hack and makes shot after shot. Little extra incentive tonight, I'm sure, for him to try to beat Ben. Him and Ben still remain very good friends. They love giving each other the gears. Ben sent out a great little shot over Twitter before the game at his former teammate.
That's probably the best call. Which one? Double peel.
Yeah, Teresa. Thank you, Teresa Barilski. We have been updated on David and Heather. I don't know how we missed that. Like I said, I got to hire a better research guy.
You don't think that's...
Anderson's decided to skip over the V8 and head straight to Appleton Estate. Fairly solid pour there, too. Wouldn't you say there, Action Dan? We don't necessarily encourage drinking, but we do understand in order to enjoy our broadcast, you might have to do it. No, there's a collection of people down on the patch. I'd like to give a shout out to everyone who's come down
we're talking about this. If I can't
to the
do
club
that,
tonight. Most of my understand are not here to listen to us. They're here for the live band that will follow. But
where?
I'd like to say hi to everybody down there. Met a lot of people these last few days. Everyone's been super friendly.
Might
Come off this and sit there.
if it hits this one, which it pretty much has to, then
It spins back in almost.
it might even get shot.
It could come off the other 5 and back.
Right on the nose, I guess, is the best call. Right on the nose. This one. Back into here, but what an easy pocket for the freeze to.
Take that half, I'll take that
Just
half.
no good situation here for Kevin as we listen in on this conversation.
You probably won't be very busy. But that's
Great shot there by
You
Steve.
end up with a guard.
He gets to play the same in-turn freeze.
And 2 rocks here.
Right. And he plays that same in-turn freeze. That yellow. Well, that sure does if we hit it right on the beat.
Yeah, we might as well take
Then
this opportunity
this thing
maybe to
sits out
check
here
out
on
the
its
other
own.
scores. It sounds like this could go
This
on for a
one's-
while. This is Kevin's second time out.
This one's gone.
Let's do a pan of the board here.
Yeah. His same shot. And then we can't get him out probably.
Big comeback, Jerry, for my South Carolina Gamecocks tonight. I own them in a pool. Cox were trailing Missouri 17-0. They've now tied the game up at 17.
That's not bad.
Heading to overtime.
Probably stick here.
That will interest absolutely nobody with the possible exception of Brad Savage if he's listening tonight.
Looks like a little another potential upset for
I think we pretty much have to
Canadian
run
fans at
something
home.
back
Sven
here, 'cause
McKell
we're in
up
trouble.
5-2 on Kevin Cooey right now.
Yeah, because I don't like this.
Very
nose
good
thing.
young
This-
Swiss team coming together at the right
He
time.
makes it, and then we're sunk.
McEwen
Either
up
the intern hit it
3-1 on Rob Fowler.
Yeah.
And Thomas
Go with this
Olsrud
one all of a
up
sudden because then
4-1
on
on Nicholas
hit for
Adin.
2. There's not a lot he can do about it.
Pretty big upset over there with
Yeah, if we dead nut that,
the McKeel team leading
dead nut it.
Kevin Cooey, who is going into the trials as one of the favorites. They're a great young team out of Switzerland. They've been over to Canada numerous times, played in the Grand Slam events.
You might have a job.
Very promising future.
You know, I think the format here in Brooks actually helps the A qualifiers out.
Just be the thought.
You know, they don't have quite the long layoff as they qualified yesterday at noon, and they're back on the ice today at
Maybe if you got it all the way to the 3.
at 7:30 in the evening. A lot of times you'd see them qualifying at noon and not playing until like Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, having never qualified, I don't really know what it feels like, but I do agree with you. This Saturday night quarter definitely will benefit those teams.
Whoa! Whoa! Go! Yep!
Unbelievable shot there by Kevin. Those of us who have watched him over the years know he routinely makes those shots. I routinely mispronounce words.
3 to do that, maybe 4.
Worked.
Yeah, that worked a little bit. The Bear coming off a
Don't like how
fairly
they make those.
significant back injury that he sustained in Saskatchewan. As reported by at BWD on curling, he was
I don't
treated
think he can
by
get 4
Kevin
right now.
Cooey's third stone chiropractor Pat Simmons. I believe there may have been some horse medication involved, but I can't confirm that.
Bear tranquilizers.
I don't think you can get.
Or is that horse tranquilizers?
I think it was horse, but they could have used bear. Could have used bear.
Hair thinner up front.
Steven
Lane 2 or 3?
Robert.
Is he 2 or 3?
That's an excellent question about Nolan with the calendar. As many of you know, Carter's got a very controversial shot in the calendar. He relied on his good buddy Nolan because he trusted him to use his hands to hide his private parts. Nolan did. He went the full 9 yards. He painted up his nails and everything. But Robert would like to know.
Yeah, because we can't really lose this.
Like to know where Nolan would have put his nose. I believe it was to the left, but they photoshopped it out of the picture. Can't confirm that. We'll ask Nolan maybe later.
It would touch that.
Tough situation here for Steve after making such a great shot. An equally or even better shot was made by Kevin.
That one wouldn't. I think that 5 just kind of jiggle off of him. But I don't think he's going to get that too far.
Another update on events from around the world. You can follow go check out the World Curling Tour website, worldcurl.com, to check out scores from everything. But the playoffs are set on the women's side for the Challenge Chateau Cartier de Gatineau. Rachel Holman and Sissy Osland bye straight into the semifinals. Kim Mastine, Lisa Farnell in one quarterfinal, Katie Morrissey playing Kathy Auld in the other.
Doesn't curl enough.
We can get some
Reliever,
updates
shooter
and
here,
some
we're
photos of Sissy Olsen. That'd be much appreciated.
Thought you would appreciate an update on Team Osland's progress there, Pete.
Yeah, I'm always interested to hear how they're doing. Big supporters of my charity event for no other reason.
Feel weight help.
Team Holman, as we reported earlier, has Heather Smith-Dacey as her 5th player for the Olympic trials. So Heather flew in from Nova Scotia, played a couple games with Rachel on the weekend. She played 3rd, replacing Emma one game, and then she skipped one game. Both of them resulted in victories. Hopefully they cut her part of the prize money then.
Come on, the hair tighter.
Big shot here for Steve. Try to bail his team out of trouble. Been a collection of great shots made in this end. I mean, I've only seen two of the previous 14, but both of the ones I saw were excellent.
Curl, bugger.
Curl bugger, no fine for that. Bugger, that's an accepted word. It's not on our prohibited list.
This is an interesting call here. Steve's throwing a shot to guard his stone in the rings to protect from Martin getting more than 3.
Yeah, right now Kevin is lying 2.
Oh, just here.
Red's lying 3rd. Kevin feels he might be able to sneak through this hole for 4.
Can you zoom in there a little bit? I thought Martin might be lying 3, but looks like you're correct there, Pete.
Yeah, you'd lose your voice if you said that every time that was the case.
Not a real big one.
From here, it does not look like the biggest of holes.
Back 8, back 12. Just got to get through the hole.
Kevin can get through, get to the nose of that red stone. He could score 4 here.
Get the 7 shot anyway.
This would be a huge turning point in the game. I mean, he's already got 2 points on the board. I don't believe there's any way he could hurt himself here. Unless his back tightens up again.
Last stone of the 5th end. Martin looking for a big score here.
Hard. Hard. Hard, 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 hard. Hard, 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 hard. Oh, oh, Jeez.
just papers the guard.
Oh, wow. Some frustration there from Team Martin. They still scored 2. They played a great. That's really just missed the sweeping on that one a hair. Still a score of 2, but really just millimeters away from a 4-ender.
Yeah, I think we thought he was through that hole, and
Which one did you
instead
hit?
it
I didn't
just
see at the end there.
didn't quite curl enough.
Just shows the
think if we get
prowess
through,
of
it's 4, I
Benny
think.
and Mark.
Could have been, because if you would have got by, you probably had the nose. I don't think it would have hung enough for you to jam it.
Oh, no. Could have been. No, it wasn't hanging. Oh.
Wow, it was a great throw by
Just
Kevin.
no fucking curl out here. Jeez.
Kevin saying it won't quite curl out here, I believe was the translation there.
Man.
Probably the first time Kevin's ever worn a mic on the ice. New energy, though.
A little longer. Benny?
For the Martin team as they prepare to start this 6th end, looking to either force or steal. Ideally, they'd love to steal a point in this end and, in theory, have hammer in the 8th.
Can you get it over?
Looks like this rock might have picked in Ben's hand. A little bit of a funny release there, trying to maybe shake off the hair or whatever was underneath his stone. Working hard just to try to get it in play.
Good recovery.
Good job there by Ben and the sweepers.
Yeah, luckily there's no curl, yeah. Good shot.
On the YouTube chat, we got a shout out from Ev Balil, watching the streaming from Montreal. Thanks for tuning in, Ev.
Ev's a great player. Got to know her over the years, playing with Brenda Nichols, one of my favorite teams to hang out with on tour.
Let's do a quick check of the other sheets while we got this chance here.
I'm going to go check in with one of our sponsors right now.
Looking for some scoreboards there, Dan.
Got room. A lot of room.
Right there, Kevin
Good
Cooey
Bill.
trailing 5-2 to Sven McCall. Point goes on the board there for Cooey. Perfect timing. Now 5-3. Our feature game. Sorry, McEwen, Fowler. Fowler with 2 in the 5th ties the game up at 3. Our feature game, Laycock up
Split center.
5-4 on Martin. And we have our first final here. Thomas Ulsrud wins. Score showing as 4-1, but likely stole a couple more points.
Line's pretty good.
And Norway's Thomas Ulsrud
Definitely gonna
advances
need to curl
to the
some.
semifinals.
No, here it comes. Hard. Good.
Good shot there by Ben.
Good shot. Oh. Yeah. You know what happened with that one? It's through the hole, and then like my hit, remember when we played Clark this morning and my first hit fell? At about the hog line, the stupid thing floated back a little. And
A little bit tighter.
Yeah.
Kevin
Same as
still
this morning.
reminiscing
Gotta go.
over his last shot to the previous end.
Gotta go. Okay, room. Yep. Room.
Good eyes
Right
there
off.
by Steve. Squeaking by that guard.
Okay.
Really nice come around there by Dallin. How do you pronounce it? Sweet. Finding my form here late in the draw. 8:52 p.m. out here in Brooks. Feels like 1 in the morning.
Line's good.
Big crowd here tonight at the game watching behind the glass.
Line's good. Got
The
room.
community has been excellent in supporting the
Clean.
event. It's a really
No,
community-driven
room.
event. Volunteers,
Oh, bumping's
sponsors,
okay.
drivers.
Whoa.
Really the blueprint model of a way to run
Yep.
a World Curling Tour event. I think
great
I
shot.
jinxed myself there. I've now got mumble mouth again. Jerry, you get any progress on any of those sissy photos or what?
No photos yet, but some updates from Gatineau on the men's side. Rumfelt and Murphy tied at 3, playing 6. Fournier continues to lead Keene 4-2. Jacobs steals 2 on Laycock in the first end. And Wayne Tuck with a steal of 1 on Brian Lewis.
Nice
What do
to
you think?
see
A little
Wayne
too
Tuck
early to bump?
Jr. in qualifier there. Good luck to you,
I like
Wayne,
it.
even though you can't hear us right now because obviously you're on the ice. But
Wayne's had a great start to the season, actually. They've qualified in most of the events they've played in. Posted quite a few wins and cashed some nice checks so far.
yeah, they're a good bunch of guys, longtime players on the tour. The Allen brothers on that team, Chad and Jay. Leadstone,
Caleb
Pretty good
Flaxey.
double peel.
great
That's what I'm
man.
worried
Caleb,
about.
former player of the Jacobs team. We touched on that earlier. If you're looking for a scramble or a best ball partner in golf, Caleb's your man.
In a perfect
I'm
world.
thinking Caleb is probably not playing in Gatineau this weekend, considering he's watching our broadcast
Yeah, I
and
get it.
sending in questions.
Yeah, but you know what? He's capable of multitasking.
What do you feel like, Mark? Long guard? Out here?
I think Kevin needs to, probably create a little more here, so
Okay.
a long guard's probably the right play. Tough shot here for Mark. You want to get the maximum amount of separation. Obviously getting the rock over the hog line, though.
As long as it's over, it's good. As long as it's over. Oh. As long as it's over, it's good.
Good shot there by Mark. Nice and high.
Shot. Beauty.
Mark stealing Colton's broom there. I don't think I want to do that, judging on how he did in that arm wrestle last night. Promised I would not make fun of Colton today because I do not want to get punched in the mouth by him. Just common sense, really. He's looking for a double peel. We saw him make 2 of these earlier today in this game.
Whoa!
Gave a little fancy
Whoa.
leg lift at the end there. That might be
Hey.
his signature move. It's hard to say. Reminiscent of
Looks like Colton didn't get the memo on dress code today.
That's good.
Or is everyone else still wearing jackets?
yeah, you might not have got the memo.
Make a nice little pocket here.
It has been reported it's cold out there, so I guess not surprising to see that
T-line.
even some front enders are still in their jackets.
Dave Nedowin, third stone for Kevin Martin. Looking through the out-turn draw here. Very vague description of the shot because I actually missed the call.
Yep. Yeah,
Looking
hard
to play a
line.
little bit of a tap here.
Okay. Yep.
Always
Hard.
communicating the weight.
Hard. Don't curl too much. Ah, nice shot.
Good shot there
Beauty.
by Dave. Well swept. Interesting end developing now. Kevin's trailed this entire game after giving up an uncharacteristic 3 in the
That does
first.
much, just peeling it.
Laycock's team has played great, and
Nice shot, Dave.
Kevin made an amazing in-turn run back last end to set up a 2 and what could have been a potential 4. Trying to go through a hole. Kevin just barely rubbed. He actually thought he was already through the hole, or he could have potentially taken the lead in this game. Love to steal a point here, tie the game up, heading to 7. Don, if you're still listening, we're maybe looking for some feedback into if you help Mike with his wardrobe selection for his calendar pick,
Oh, not if you get rid of every rock.
and if he's returned those to you.
Get it to here. Could do that too. We won't be shot, and they'll
Just
be
got
joined here,
a text.
and we'll be buried. We can't use it.
Caleb is on the couch beside me at our house,
would
and
be
that
okay if we
question
did
was
that.
from his lovely wife, and he would love it
Then it
if
would be
you'd
okay.
mentioned that, so we did. Thanks for letting us know his whereabouts.
That would have been from Ali Nimick.
Yeah. Right into here.
So the ladies do love you, Pete.
Yeah, or even
They're
John
amongst
on
your
here.
biggest fans. Somehow, some way.
You know, I think some of them just
Then
feel
you leave
sorry
it,
for
though.
me, so I do appreciate, I do take sympathy, charity.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad too.
I was looking for some charity last night in the patch, but none was to be found.
The Nimick team did mention to me that they do follow your broadcast closely. One of the draws during the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard, they were getting out of the club as quick as possible to get back to the hotel to watch, just to go back and watch your coverage.
That's very flattering, and I thank them very much.
And you know what? It might be maybe good for them too, because it gets them out of the bar, and they went on to win the event as well.
Well, there you go.
Oh.
I mean, the two go hand in hand. And I probably think they got to learn a lot
Oh.
throughout the broadcast that they employed in that bonspiel on their way to victory. Constantly providing strategic advice. Kevin looking to guard. He's in a good situation maybe to steal. It's hard to tell if he is shot rock or not.
Split center.
Kevin's certainly in a much better mood than he was after the first end today. Would have loved for that last rock to get through, but this is turning out to be quite a battle on the ice.
I'd like to welcome Lawrence Block to the YouTube
Split
chat.
center. Just clean.
Lawrence keeping everyone updated on the scores on the other sheets.
Okay, needs to curl some then. Hard,
I feel we're close enough now that I
Hard.
can call him Larry.
hard, keep her going. Bite center line, bite that center line. That's real good.
Good shot there by Dave. Routine guard at his level.
Nice shot.
That event in Sarnia tomorrow, Jerry, would the finals be played tomorrow?
Yeah.
Playoffs are all on tomorrow.
Quarters, semis, and final.
Giving some love
Good
to
run into
the
here, yeah. Better angle for
Team
it.
Johnson and Team McCormick. Love to see those guys meet in the final if that's possible. If it is, I'll probably put a team in the event next year to go down there and pick up some maybe easy cash.
Yeah, Team McCormick made a slight lineup switch.
Oh, they did?
And that was they lost their first two last weekend in Stroud, the Stroud Sleeman Classic, about an hour north of Toronto. Swapped the front enders.
Spin that's on that red. Good.
Fit to Curl is now throwing second stones.
Good.
Martin's throwing lead, and team rang off 5 straight to get to the final. And obviously, it's looking good in Sarnia again. The team playing well there too.
Definitely near the nose.
Yeah, it's good to see them playing well in advance of the U.S. Olympic trials. Dean Gemmel, great
That
friend of
is-
curling, who was promoted to second stone.
That is jail for Team Laycock.
Split center
The
line.
old Jammeroo.
Nuts the Martin guard onto his own stone on the top of the 12-foot. A rock that they talked about tapping in. Now it's another great laid guard for Martin.
Yeah, a lot of trouble right now for the Laycock rink. This game's starting to turn.
Center line.
You can just feel the momentum switch from Laycock to Martin here.
Little shout out to at Burton L11, Leslie Burton, entertaining to say the least. Hashtag Pheasant Classic Translator. Hashtag No Curl.
Just clean.
Hopefully we will
Got, okay.
get you over to see some of that Manitoba game, Leslie. I know you're interested in that battle
picked a
of
bit, it picked a
Manitoba
bit.
teams. Battle of the Bison. Kevin now up to $322
Long as it's
in
split
fines
center, we're
after
good.
that half bomb.
Yeah, that's good.
Not a
I
bad
want to make
result
sure we
for
can
a
see
pick.
a little bit of it. It kind of grabbed a little bit on us about halfway down. Kind of went on us.
I don't think Benny really cares. He's hardly paying attention to Kevin there when he's talking about that.
Well,
Colton and Benny standing beside each other at the hog line. I believe Ben just challenged him to an arm wrestle, but we can't confirm that. What do you see here, Jerry? What would you be looking to play?
I don't think he's going to peel.
Then we're aiming for
Because
range.
Then we put the guard back, you can't score.
Jerry just pondering his options.
Ooh, we got to.
It's trouble right now for Laycock. He really, an option might be to try and, come down, try and hit as what he can see of that yellow stone, jam it onto the other yellow, and maybe roll his shooter into the side of the 12-foot there. Maybe something he can use as an in-off shot for later on.
Not a bad option there, Jerry. You're more than just a pretty face around here. I don't think you get nearly enough credit.
I think Steve's got to make some sort of play in the house at this point.
That hole. It just straightened up at the hog line.
Peeling the guard is...
No, it just didn't come any further.
I was watching the inside roll.
I don't know what we guard because he can make that too.
Right at the last minute, watching like, it's kind of starting.
It's interesting here.
Yeah,
Steven's
yeah.
almost looking
Remember
to play
when I
some
hit against
defense.
Clark? Same sheet. Remember first end? I threw it, and we've got it.
In the background there, we can
Rolled
still
out,
hear
remember?
Kevin talking about his last rock from last time.
That was the sheet. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Same thing. There's a bit of a ridge or something right there.
Yeah, what do we have for two if we put a guard here?
It just floated back. Yep.
We're trying to get one here.
And
Nothing.
right now they're shot, so I don't know how guard
We get through there. That's a 3 or a 4.
Just waiting for first skip stone here for Team Laycock, pondering their options.
Try it.
I believe I just heard Dave tell Kevin to let it go, but
If we could ever get far enough where
I think if there's
it's actually on the rock.
one knock to Kevin in his game, it's that rocks and ice conditions and all that stuff can really get into his head from time to time.
What are you talking
yeah, I
about?
mean,
What
he's been
shot?
accused of that for sure. On the flip
Like
side of
back
that, I agree with you, Jerry. On the flip side, Kevin probably has as much knowledge about the game and is able to read the ice and sense differences in stones that other curlers of lesser ability or experience can't. So, there's two sides to that
Good
story.
thing about playing it, even if we
He's
leave
got
it
an
here, it wouldn't be
absolute
terrible.
amazing brain for the game.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, you sit down and talk with Kev. Nothing's better than
Around the
opening
ball
up a
court, right?
ball of scotch with Kevin, getting him to sit down and give you a few of his views. Been a big builder of the game. He was involved. I was on the World Curling Tour board for maybe 6 years. Kevin was our president then. He's been very instrumental in building the game. Mostly at the elite level, but he's also run junior clinics, junior bonspiels in Edmonton.
I think the shot here is a straight
Not sure if we can make it a
draw.
shot.
Maybe just try and chisel the red stone.
Doesn't finish there. Yeah, it does. Overburied by an inch.
I think we've gone with a double timeout here for Laycock, so they'll be down to 1.
Let's peek into the McEwen game here for a moment, see what
Yeah,
they're
let's
up
run
to
that
right
truck,
now.
man.
We'll come back when Steve's ready to shoot. I think we've seen this situation for long enough.
Well, it is a
BJ
tough one.
Neufeld in the hack throwing for Team McEwen. Talking to Mike, he feels his chances are excellent at the trials if he can have a solid BJ.
He's got a hit if we do that.
For handshakes, and it just fell.
Can we get the house end there?
Yeah, we're waiting, and then they
McEwen with the
figured
hammer
they might try
here.
to go the thin way, but it was too late.
Looks like in the 7th end. We're going away from the glass. Sorry, McEwen's took 2 in 6.
Yeah.
Leads 5-3 now.
Little trouble here brewing for him though in
He's tough
7.
if we do that.
Fowler's got the house split. One of them under a corner guard.
I don't know.
Looking like they
what
might play the
happened
run back with BJ. He's one of the best
Anytime you
players in the game and an excellent hitter.
At least I think.
Also
You
a
have
scratch golfer. Talking with him last night. We're going to try to sneak him out on the Hamilton Golf Club next golf season. Shout out to Rick Chitley Young of BDO, former sponsor of the Grand Slams.
We'll catch this shot real quick. And
Yeah.
jump back. Laycock's heading back down to the other end now. Looks like Steve's going to run the top guard in.
And even if he doesn't go behind, we almost wouldn't throw it.
He's going to try and play this, looks like straight run back, try and open things up. And the run back attempt by Neufeld is just missed.
Yeah, we can tell you we just caught the glimpse of the stone. He did miss that shot, so Fowler have a chance to lie 3.
Hard! Hard!
Oh, wow. Unbelievable.
Well, the way it curls, I think.
Really unfortunate
Millimeter.
result there.
Millimeter from perfect.
I think we want to go right here.
Yeah, we want to go right there. And he's
One
not.
point in time, Kevin
Interns
and his team looked like beaten men in this game. They now have the
Millimeter
potential
higher, huh?
Well, no, we don't want to give him the nose hit.
to steal multiple
Something like
points
this
and take control of this game. That looks like just a horrific shot by Steve, and
Or
the
if I'm
result
like,
was,
here.
don't get me wrong, but he was probably within millimeters of making the exact shot that he called.
You think that's there?
For the risk of the call, for the risk of
Right
that
here.
shot, I didn't like the call.
Yeah,
I would have
you know,
rather seen them make a play in there, try and draw around,
Right here.
try and put in a second shot, because a single point steal in this situation is not the end of the world.
The nose hit.
Still have the
We don't
hammer
give
in
him
a
the
tie
nose hit.
game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody could see what was happening there, but you make a good point,
We
Jerry.
can bite center. Max. Even a little over this way.
If they put this rock where Kevin's talking, I realistically, there's no
That's gotta be the
opportunity
line,
for
right here.
Steven to score.
He definitely, like if we
I don't even know
we
how
can't
he
give him
does
a
better than
intern
hold Kevin and
because he
maybe
can
a
for
steal
sure
of
get the button
3.
that way.
Well, there's a couple red stones up there. There may be some angles he can use. Our cameraman, Action Dan, has left the building, so we'll...
Every once in a while, Dan will leave us high and dry like this. I think it's a negotiating tactic of his to try to be paid a higher salary.
At least he put the camera in the right spot, so we can still at least give you a little play-by-play on the way in here. Should be back shortly. Kevin out of the hack,
Yeah, it's good. Good weight.
coming down the ice.
Yep.
Trying
Line's
to
good.
draw right into the top of the 4 foot, top of the 8 foot.
Full 8. Line's perfect. Yep. Yep. Hard. Go.
Gotta keep dragging this rock. I mean, that's a really good shot. I think Kevin would have liked that to go at least
pretty
one
good
rock
spot.
further to take away the shot that has first been pointed out, I believe, by Kirk there.
I think if Laycock throws this hard enough, he can plinko all the way through there. Maybe just give up one.
Would Plinko be the technical term? I guess it would be. I don't know if he can, though, Jerry. It appears that red guard's in the way.
I think you're going to have to use the guard to make it happen.
Shit, eh?
That's the key.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would.
Yeah. Darn, eh? That far short. No.
Yeah, in order to get shot over that, I think they have to roll a bit. and then
Not
it'll
even
make
that
it
much,
double.
like an inch, because he can nose this.
I think the other option he's looking at here is just the double 2 yellows on the right-hand side of the center line there.
Sweet, yeah.
Left-hand side on the overhead view.
No nose hit.
If
to
he
give
can,
us.
if he gets any kind of inside roll, he can try and outcount the top one.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can make the double here, hold Kevin to a steal of 1. That's why Kevin, they really needed to take his
You're not gonna
rock
count
at
that
least
one.
1 rock further in that situation. Barring a miracle, I don't know how he was not going to steal at
can
least
see
2 points in this
almost
end and
knows.
probably 3. I mean, that being said, this is the exact shot that we've seen all weekend and have probably bored people to death in talking about it over and over. But these board weight, hack weight, where
lumber.
partially hidden stones have been shots that we've probably been, we've seen them miss more than we've seen them be made.
No, I don't know. How,
A lot like last time I played you, Jerry.
pretty tough to get
Your
nose
team,
here.
not you. I thought you were fantastic. I don't know if they're laughing at me as much as
Give 'em two
some
there.
of the things I'm saying.
No, they're laughing at you.
Pretty tough
not
to hang the
with you.
shooter on that,
It
too.
can happen.
Looks like all our friends at home, all 511 of them currently watching.
2 more inches, and what does he do?
I'd like to thank everyone for the amazing viewership numbers. If you're enjoying our coverage, please be sure to click on the little thumbs up like button. You can find it below the stream on the YouTube window or in the top right-hand corner if you're watching through Curling Zone. Also, please be sure to subscribe to our channel as well. Lots of great coverage coming up. More Far From Home videos, and Cullen and a Curler will join the Curling Zone channel coming up soon as well.
We do beg for approval.
All those likes and
what I did with my high school prom date.
all those likes and social media hits help us get a little bit more exposure, more attention, and hopefully find more sponsors and to help keep this coverage free of charge.
Teach me a curl.
Yeah, it better be free. I don't think anyone's going to pay for this kind of coverage. Got to be careful this rock doesn't run. Over curled.
Oh, did he get it far enough?
No, just over curled. Just a matter of whether it's 2 or 3.
Yeah, looks like 3. 3, I think. So you guys did get it far enough.
Wow. Huge steal of 3 for Kevin Martin in the quote-unquote control and the 6th end of the game. Now takes a 7-5 lead. Didn't really see that coming.
Let's jump over to Fowler and McEwen here.
Which corner do you like?
2 stones to come. So
handsome Mike in the hack, Mr. Movember.
We'll stick with these last 2 rocks here while the other game gets started. We'll check on the house end for us, please there. Action Dan.
So someone must have made a pretty good shot, or there might have been a miss out of the Fowler rink, because at one point in time Fowler was looking at drawing into lie 3.
Looks like McEwen's playing a hit here to lie 2.
His last rock of the end. Mikey, one of the great players in the game and one of the all-time nice guys. He's actually only lying 1.
Right on the button, guys.
So that stone there is
just
not
outside of the range. Yeah, just outside the range. We just caught that.
So Fowler's going to try and hit roll out for the blank here.
It'll curl the button. Line's
Bonus
pretty good.
coverage here on Curling After Dark, also free of charge.
We'll shout out from Eric Ruth, brushing up on my high-level strategy in order to be a better scorer at U.S. Nationals in March. I'm using you guys as drinking buddies, so I'm not drinking alone. Cheers, Eric.
No shame in drinking alone, though, Eric. Don't let people shame you into thinking you have a problem. Just might mean that you're socially awkward and you don't have as many
that's why you don't leave the building,
friends.
Right?
John Hyrich, great job, guys, on calling the game. I love the V8 snap.
We can't verify that was a V8. The label is somewhat worn off.
So blank end here between McEwen and Fowler. They're going to play 8. We're going to jump back to Laycock Martin. The pace of this Laycock Martin has seriously slowed. Just starting the 7th end here. Couple ends of lots of rocks in play and a lot of discussion.
Yeah, there was. They were moving along pretty fast at the start there, but those last 2 ends, a lot of strategy discussions.
Come on.
Benny needs that
Didn't
curl
do
up the
anything.
hair. Not quite enough curl. A retweet there from @SK_farmer. We were just earlier discussing the potential of a lawsuit on tonight's broadcast with the collection of people playing on tonight's across the country.
Hard line! Hard line! Hard line and wait, I think.
Good shot.
That's an excellent shot there. She just went maybe 6 inches too far. Still a very good stone, though.
I think so.
See here, Jerry, if
Yeah?
Mark's improved his peeling after flashing one this morning against Team USA.
That's the thing. That's really hard to do,
I went
too.
out to a local club today. I held the broom for him for about an hour. We worked on a
could just
few
peel
things.
the guard.
Hopefully straighten things out.
So he threw 100 peels.
Knows this one?
Did he make all 100?
Well, we moved the rocks
Yeah,
around a
that's
little
an awfully
bit.
tough
and,
shot right now in the end. It's only
not gonna
seconds
be,
first rock.
overly critical of the guy who's considered to be the best second of all time, but
Sure. Okay.
I feel I helped him work on
Peel away.
when he needed.
Round beak.
They're going to play the nose hit on the stone there. Should pop off the yellow and go over the top. Kevin should be left lying too. Surprised they're not going to make a play on that corner guard, but Kevin must not like the way these stones are situated in the rings right
Nope.
now.
Nope. Dave. Great shot.
Yeah, you can see there
Good throw.
that I believe he smoothed
That
things
wasn't
out.
easy
That
to
was a
get out of
much
there.
more fluid throw than what he was featuring this morning. Probably a little nervous knowing we were doing the broadcast as well. Interesting call here by Steve. Just shows you viewers at home. I was going to say the kids, but hopefully you're in bed right now. You have just awful parents.
Tight line.
Instead of using the longer guard, you can always use rocks
Tight
that,
line.
if you get sufficient curl, you can
Gotta
use
go
rocks
line.
in the rings as guards.
Hard.
Draw around in the back.
Hard.
Boys
Whoa.
are working really hard here to get this by. Now actually need it to stop.
This is my favorite call in curling. The
Okay.
behind the tee line, draw around the stuff in the top of the house.
It's amazing how many three-enders are created using this form of strategy. It's a real shout-out to any ice maker that allows you to do this, because some ice is just too straight in order for you to draw around a rock that's in the rings.
Comment from Dwayne Litton says, I wish I could think of something great to say, but I can't. Beer got my tongue.
Nice throw. Beauty.
Yeah, that can happen. Shake that off. Get up again tomorrow. I suggest Caesars in the morning. And, get your day started. Hair of the dog.
Join us for 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Semi-final action here from the Brooks Curling Club. If you're in the area, come on
Those are
out.
two really
Got lots
good
of seating
throws.
available, upper deck, lower deck of the building here.
Yeah.
Particularly
Hard
if you're
Yeah. Except it was a
single,
hard shot.
under
Hard
40, female, and good looking, we'd love to have you come out tonight.
Keep coming.
Meet us in the
Gotta get
patch
behind the
after
yellow.
the game.
We do have another lineup of great bands playing this evening.
Hold on.
Giggle Stick and Smoke Pack put on a great show last night.
I didn't find Giggle Stick overly funny, but I thought they were very talented musically. Nothing really to laugh at. Kevin going to go up and peel this guard now.
Tonight we've got the Paragoners and Koosh in the Cactus Patch. It's one of the things that this event does that's special on tour is a full patch, food available, beer, and a great party late into the night. A lot of great hospitality here in Brooks. They put on a great show.
Great food down there too, Jerry. You're just raving about that Thai chicken wrap. You loved it.
Yeah, I had to go. I had one for lunch, thanks to Ice Maker Roy. Gave us a couple meal tickets, and I had to go get one for myself again this evening.
Thought it was a little offside, you taking those free meal vouchers and going to the local store and photocopying them, but I'll have to let Roy know.
You have to finish it. Got to finish it really big. All you get. All you get. Okay.
Help down here. Didn't quite get the finish they were hoping for. It looks like Kevin's going to have the opportunity to make a play on that rock in the rings. David Netowin, third stone. Out turn, sort of normal weight here for Dave.
Oh, good. Good throw.
Good shot there by Davey. like to say hi to Heather Nedowin. Hopefully you're tuning in tonight, but you might be too busy with
Turn to
your
your left.
family or your own curling. Wish you luck in the upcoming trials. Kirk now will look to draw around this corner
Steve
guard.
doesn't really care if he gets the deuce this end or next end.
Actually going to play the hit and roll. That way they can keep the blank in play.
Yeah, doesn't make any difference to him.
Unless my first call was right. Can't really.
Hard! Whoa! Yep!
Playing the soft little hit and roll. Another can of V8. Thank you very
Good.
much. And begin. Great shot there by Kirk. Dead buried behind that guard. Unfortunately, no, he did. He definitely killed it. They're just seeing the rock still in play. If I was Steven, I would kick that out of play. Earlier in the bonspiel, he had the unfortunate incident of tripping over a
nice
stone
roll.
that was not in the rings, but it was out, still in play. And he fell and almost hurt himself. Big weight peel there for the Bear.
Whoa, whoa!
You have to be kidding me if that doesn't get out. Wow. Bear just cleaned it all up there. Vintage Kevin Martin. That almost turned into a very ugly break. Great shot by Kevin.
Like in the back 12. Yeah.
Steve looking at coming around with the intern. Here's still a great opportunity to get his 2 and tie this game.
Tighter.
As we've seen throughout the bonspiel, Steve has excellent draw weight. Very strong sweepers as well, which helps.
And I was looking like, what are the chances?
Well, that you don't want to be wide.
No, I was thinking that.
Then it's a 3. Like if that happens, then you just whack it and he gets his deuce. And he's still got a good chance for 2 anyway now.
It's funny how Kevin's allowed to talk about whacking it, but if I do it, it's a potential lawsuit. Intern draw here for skip Stephen Laycock.
Definitely going to curl.
No, good line. Good.
Send your comments to XL Purple Sweater. Pete Stetsky would love to read them on the air.
Yeah, it's one of the highlights of this job, interacting with the fans and the haters. We accept both.
If you can.
Sliding a little deep there.
Got a great comment here from from Team Johnson,
I
Game
wanna
of
see
Stones.
That's straight spot.
Action Dan is becoming
That's
the
not tough,
hashtag Curling After Dark version of producer
Steve
Tim
is
from
right here.
TSN Sports Center.
Ultimate compliment there, and those guys know what they're talking about over at the Game of Stones. One thing they do know about is social media and producing TV, not as much about curling. Wow, here we have Paul Webster, guy who I thought was overly hard on you over the last 2 days, Paul. He echoes the thoughts of Team Johnson. Basically, they're calling you the star of this broadcast, something I thought was contractually obligated that I would be the feature here, but apparently I can be replaced.
Okay, got room.
Kevin looking to play the freeze here. A little bit of a mistake there by Steve slipping his rock in deep. If Kevin
Line's
can
real
lock
good.
this on tight, he will actually force.
Oh, lock it on. Lock it
be
on.
afforded
Yep.
the ability to take the hammer home
Whoa,
with a
whoa.
1-point lead.
Whoa, whoa.
Ideal situation for Kevin. As we've talked about numerous times, Kevin's draw weight over the last 5 years has been amazing. Something he's been working on, and also having the benefit of these young sweepers.
Looks like
Mark and
Steve's
Benny.
just going to draw down for 1 here.
Yeah, I don't know that he has any other option. I mean, it appears that he could play the out turn and chase that rock, but I just don't think there's enough curl there. That's in the spot where Kevin tried to go through that hole, and at the end, Kevin actually found his rock not only straightened out, it might have actually just faded back an inch. So I don't even think that shot's possible. They're going to draw for 1.
Last stone of the 7th end. Steve Laycock facing 1. Trying to put it on the button for his point. As soon as this shot's done, we'll go over and cover the last couple of shots of the 8th end in McEwen Fowler.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Myers and Flash bring it home. 1 on the board for Steve Laycock. Now trails 7-6 heading to the 8th end. My name's Jerry Gertz of curlingzone.com.
Long one, probably
Joined
8
by
on.
Peter Stetsky
Long one.
and Action Dan Berdusco
Hey,
producing
we
the
would
cameras.
never mention his name on air, man.
Dan of southernalberta.com doing a great job on all the camera work, switching, keeping us and everyone at home.
Informed of what's going on the ice.
Yes, sometimes my brain stops working periodically.
I just picked you up there, Jared. That's why we work so well together.
So it looks like 5 stones to go here. We'll kind of keep you with a verbal update as best we can from the Martin Laycock game here, but big finish in McEwen Fowler to come. Fowler needs 2 to tie the game and go to extra ends.
Here's Alan Lyburn, our MVP of last night's game, their qualifier. Looking to throw the out-turn freeze here into a rock in the back 8-foot.
Clean it.
Came up a little bit short there. We will not be making any loving rhino references tonight. We don't want to upset Alan's brother at home.
It does, getting into the rings there, though, does leave an opportunity here for Fowler.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that by no means...
Line's good.
Wasn't exactly what they were looking for, but it's still a very usable stone.
Right now, McEwen could hit the Yellowstone in the 4-foot. And, but very possibly set up double opportunities there as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mikey's happy with the situation
Nothing
he's
you knew
in
about
right
that.
now, but there is a very good chance here of a potential deuce still. Mikey going to think this one through, figure out what he feels the best approach is, where he wants to leave this stone.
Can you see Martin doing here? Can you kind of give a verbal update as what's going on as well?
Sure. No, it's okay. Over in our feature game, Laycock's just going to try to get up a couple center guards, trailing 1 by 1, coming home without the hammer. There's an attempt
Quick peek back here.
at a tick shot by Benny, I would guess, and it looks like...
A pretty poor attempt.
yeah, I'm glad you said it.
Did leave 2 guards up there that are definitely pretty useful for Laycock.
Benny's now allowed to go up and peel his own rock, though, and get it out of play. Mike's decided to play the out-turn hit over here on our added bonus coverage. Out-turn hit off the line. Wants to be careful where he rolls this stone.
In that situation on the other game, it would have made more sense had Laycock drawn down and tried to play a tap on the stone.
Yeah, it was pretty hard just because it was so high.
Well, that's all right. You don't have to cross the hog line if you hit it.
That's true.
And then Benny wouldn't have the peel.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they've sucked Benny into playing the peel, though. He doesn't throw many hits.
So McEwen makes the nose hit, lies 3.
Just to keep you updated on the feature sheet, there's sort of 2 corner guards in play right now for Laycock.
We can jump back and take a look at it as they're going to be talking here for a bit.
At the end of the day, I mean, his main job here is to try to get Kevin Martin to throw against the loss, which would be getting two of his rocks in the rings. Hoping Kevin hits and rolls out to go to an extra end, or somehow misses the draw and can potentially steal 2. Right now there is access to the button. The 4-foot is open, albeit through a hole. See Colton playing a nice in-turn draw in there.
Okay.
Kevin's going to look to make a double peel. Very skinny, very difficult double peel here for Mark. With his out turn off the center line, he wants to hit this
Got too much ice?
almost as thin as possible.
Okay.
maybe an eighth of a stone. Or if we were a women's team, it would be 0.1254276 of a stone.
Yep.
I'd like to be a little more precise.
Hard, 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 hard. Nice shot.
Full evidence there that our training session today at the local curling club worked. Fantastic double peel there by Mark.
Let's jump back to McEwen and Fowler. Great double peel by Kennedy and losing the shooter. So it looks like the shot call is the hit.
Very obvious they have to stay in the rings here.
Comment here from Steckhammer. Please get some decent announcers. It's an upgrade from terrible.
Clean.
Yeah, you know what? Thank you very much
Clean.
for that feedback. Yeah, if you could make your way out here, maybe you can spend some time in the booth with us, show us how it's done. I'm sure you're great.
Shelley McFadden, big shout out from PEI, enjoying the coverage.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a more realistic commentary. That previous comment, I'm not so sure, but maybe the person is in a mental institution. It's possible. Another out-turn peel here from Mark Kennedy.
So Fowler rolling out on his shot.
That essentially, in my opinion, that's going to end the game over there.
It's definitely going to hurt him. There's enough rocks in play, though. Fowler might be able to hide something underneath. So
Mike just threw. Is it Fowler's only going to have one rock left? Is he not?
Let's jump back to and stay on that game. We've only got one rock in play. We'll keep it updated as we go.
Other game. Yeah, we need the other one.
Our first fine for Action Dan.
Yeah. This is the last rock here of this
McEwen
game.
with the hit, and there are handshakes. Makes it go away. Mike McEwen advances to the semifinals tomorrow. We'll play the winner of our game. We can go back to our feature game now.
Kevin looked to be in control of this end as well. Thanks to a great double peel by Mark.
Good throw, Dave.
A little update on the other two games going on. Sven Mikkel up 6-4 playing 8. Mikkel with the hammer on Kevin Cooey. A little bit of a surprise there maybe. And then Nicholas Adine drops a 7-1 decision to Thomas Ulsrud. Ulsrud also advancing to the semifinals. So that means Ulsrud will play the winner of Mikkel and Cooey. Looking a lot like Mikkel is in the driver's seat there.
Yeah, 2 up coming home with the hammer. You're not going to lose
Keep it
too many
coming.
games at this level.
Really got to go.
Working hard to get this one over the line and get enough curl out of it to protect the rock in the rings and not leave any form of angle for a double. Kevin's just going to ignore that and play the straight out-turn peel for David here. Still, Laycock is in a position to make Kevin throw against 2 stones and the loss.
Clean. Good throw.
Update for those who've been following. A lot of people interested in how Brad Jacobs is doing. He's given Laycock another beating, up 5-1 in Gatineau.
Other games, Jamie Murphy up 4-3 on Rob Rumfeld. Mike Fournier and Mark Keane tied at 4. And Wayne Tuck and Brian Lewis tied at 2 after 4 ends.
I think we'll see one more guard here potentially out of Steve, at which point he'll have to decide what shot he wants Kevin to throw on his last one. Whether you want to force him to hit or draw.
That'd be a bad one to lose.
Heavy.
like they may have come a little bit too deep. Run back is there.
Bet you won't be late here.
A little less. Nope. This is gonna, if anything, it's gonna straighten up. Yeah.
Obviously, Mr. Viewer not interested in our commentary tonight. We've heard nothing from him.
Whoa! Go hard.
Great shot there by Kevin. Essentially a game ender. Steve will try to bury in behind that rock, but as you can see by the placement of that guard, be lucky to even have a piece of the 8-foot. Kevin would probably ignore it and just choose to pick his favorite turn and draw the button for the win.
I'm not going out of the hack very hard.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah,
Go tighter.
like I'm not going full blast. No, I'm just going to kind of a little more than half pace coming out. I'm staying high too.
Yeah, you're not real low. No.
I'm not really throwing it hard.
Higher, and then you just get
Yeah.
nice explosion.
Jules doesn't like that when I do that.
I don't mind a bit more actually.
Kev giving a little shout out to longtime coach Jules Ochar. Great individual. He's been with Kevin for most of his curling career.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.
Don't mind Jerry there, just taking a call there. Might have been ordering a pizza.
Out-turn, through two out-turn taps. I'll probably take
Little
out-turn
heavy.
draw. Just outside.
Big in-turn draw here for Steve. Wants
line.
to doesn't even really care if he buries
line,
all the
Rube.
stone. He wants to cover some of it. I think Kevin will probably ignore the
Right off.
stone unless it's wide open and choose to outdraw it.
Every inch you can. Every inch you can, Dave. Oh, no, it's a perfect line.
Good shot there by Steve. Kevin's going to choose to play the out-turn draw to the button for the game and hopefully move on to the semifinals.
Same speed.
Where he will take on Winnipeg's Mike McEwen, calendar boy, Mr. Movember.
Sven Mikkel final 6-4 winners over Kevin Cooey. He'll take on the winner of Thomas Ulsrud tomorrow morning's semifinal game. Our other semifinal will be Mike McEwen taking on the winner of Martin Laycock. Martin can put this into the 8-foot. He'll advance to face McEwen.
I
I think it's a no-brainer tomorrow if we get Martin and McEwen.
Line's it's got button line.
Yeah, for nothing else, just to please
Yep.
Dawn, who will probably be
Yep.
at home
Yep.
watching
Make
the
sure-
game, as I
make
believe
sure-
she's off until Monday, having qualified A-side in Winnipeg. Good shot there by Kevin, well brushed by the boys. Congratulations to Team Martin.
Again, good comeback. Again, good comeback.
Excellent showing in the Bonspiel by Steve Laycock and their team. Good young team there. Looking forward to seeing them in the future. Could have deserved a better fate tonight. Very unfortunate break on one of Stephen's run-back attempts, which was the turning point. The curling after dark turning point, if you will.
Thanks, Peter. It's Peter Stetsky joining us this evening for Curling After Dark. Action Dan Berdusco on the cameras producing. My name's Jerry Gertz of CurlingZone.com, and I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to Curling After Dark. That'll be it for the evening. It's time to head down to the Cactus Patch.
Sign some autographs.
We'll go check out Paragoners and Koosh playing this evening. Have a few beverages and get ready for tomorrow morning's semifinal action. Kevin Martin versus Mike McEwen likely will be our feature game. Then Thomas Ulsrud, Sven Mikkel. Winners of those two games will meet at 2 o'clock Mountain Time in the championship final here from the Brooks Curling Club Cactus Pheasant Classic.
Speaking of mountain time, let's get down to the patch and check out the scenery.
The last word to Pete. Thanks for the great coverage. We're going to wrap it up. Everyone, take care and have a great
I
night.
will definitely wrap it up.